Hello, I'm Gary Thornton with Watt, and we're here at the Financial Management Seminar in Amelia Island, Florida, with Terry Barr of CoBank. He just gave a speech about the economic conditions in the U.S. economy and how it affects the U.S. poultry industry, particularly the chicken industry. Terry, this is a different recession with a very different recovery that's ongoing. Could you tell us a little bit about what you said?
Well, this is a recession that began in the financial markets, and that makes it very different in terms of the path of recovery. It's also coupled with the fact that a lot of it's in the housing sector. So you've got both the financial sector and the housing sector kind of absent during this recovery process. And that really is changing the nature of the recovery, the pace of the recovery, and what we should expect in terms of the speed of the turnaround.
Well, how long will the recovery process take?
Well, I think, it depends on your metrics. If you're looking at jobs and unemployment, this process is probably going to take 4 or 5 years. If you're talking about getting to kind of sustainable growth rates, I think by the time another year or so of slow growth in the 2 to 3% range will probably set us up for an improved situation going forward. But I think the main thing to remember is that this is going to be a slow process and it's going to take some time.
What's your outlook for grain stocks?
Well, grain stocks are going to remain extremely tight. And again, Mother Nature's in control of the answer to that at this point in time. Obviously, we've had a very different situation. We've got drought in some areas. We've got flooding in other areas. We've had tornadoes. We've had just a little bit of everything this year. So a lot of uncertainty about the size of these crops. We come in with short inventories to begin with. So we've got to expect a fairly volatile period over the next 2 or 3 months.
All right, well,
the driver on corn prices is ethanol, and I think we've had a number of speakers, including yourself, that have said that balance sheets really need to be strong in this environment. Do you see any bright spots ahead for the industry in this arena?
Well, I think this is the challenge. We're talking about not only higher prices, but a lot more volatility, which means everybody needs a deeper balance sheet to stay in these markets and so forth. Ethanol has been the big driver. We moved steadily up towards 5 billion bushels of corn going into ethanol and so forth. I think that's probably going to taper off as we go forward because they're reaching the limit on the mandates and so forth. So that would say as we improve yields and acreage in years to come, unless we change the mandate, we'll have more corn available for the industry. But that's going to take a couple of years to rebuild these stocks.
Well, thank you for your time, Terry.